There's so many people here today. There's so many people today. There we go. Well, welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast. I don't know what accent I'm doing, but I'm sticking with it. Where the tea is piping hot and we are always ready to spill. I'm Logan Murphy, just a gay, here with G Fuel. Is anybody surprised?
No.
And going in a clockwise fashion for intros, since we didn't talk about that off screen, so everybody knows what order we're going in.
Okay. I am Brandon. I am fired up today for other reasons. But we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about...
we're not.
Yeah.
Oh, the fracking?
No. I hate you. But hey, I'm here. Hydration is important, as always. I sound like I'm on something, even though I'm not.
You're not drunk yet.
I'm not drunk yet, but I will be later.
Woohoo! I am Eris. Hi, I'm Eris Envy. I'm your hairy fairy punk rock drag queen from York, here to exist and be upset yet again at the one thing that makes it okay to be British has been ruined by RuPaul. And no, I'm not talking about Eurovision. That was last season.
No, because Eurovision is great this year for the UK, okay?
Oh my god. And I am Miss Baltimore Bombshell. I am the Tucson Elvira, your hostess with the mostest. And yes, Eris is over there, excited. Come out to Tucson, baby. Here with my cup of wine.
It sure is a cup. Anything can be a cup if you try hard enough.
It was up to here earlier, but we finished about half of it, so it's okay.
Jay and I just got off work, so that wine is necessary.
Seriously.
Oh boy, it is a full house because today we are talking about the finale of Paul's Drag Race.
You're my favorite author, Paul.
I still hate bag of chips. I still hate bag of chips.
I'm your number one fan.
Charcuterie, bitch! But we are here to round off.
We have forever renamed
I'll behave.
And we're sweet and sour. We're sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour.
Oh boy, UK versus the world is finally over. Even though it was only... And we're gonna, we had a finale. There were people, there were decisions made. And we're gonna talk about it. Should we just get the obvious out of the way first?
Yes.
Okay, well, congratulations to the first queen of the mother-tucking world, Blue Hydrangea!
I hope it makes you very happy, Blue, even though you've got the grace and decorum of a reversing dump truck.
And
that's a reference, and I love it, Blue, but that is a reference.
I love that. I'm so sorry about your song with RuPaul. And by song, I mean 4 RuPaul songs mega mixed together where Blue is in the song for a total of 30 seconds.
Can I just take a second? Logan,
Yes.
Last time we did this podcast, you told me your theory was that Blue was going to be sent to Eurovision and this song with Ru was going to be the song.
No, I didn't say the song with Ru was going to be the song. I said Blue was going to be sent to Eurovision, period, with something.
Okay, that does make it acceptable, because if this had been sent to Eurovision, it would have been okay for us to get 0 points.
Oh, 100% they would have gotten nul points. No, it would have been another San Marino, but worse.
Well, I will say I actually have not heard the song, And solely because I
bother.
asked Logan, and Logan was like, don't.
Don't even bother.
Don't.
So for those of you who haven't listened to the song, it is quite literally a mix of
Cover Girl,
Champion,
Main
Event, Jealous of My Boogie, and Champion. Mega mixed together. Not a good way, with Blue giving a line like every other line.
Yeah.
Also, just that these songs have not been relevant in the Drag Race canon for at least 10 years at this point.
These are literally all season 1 through 3 songs. So I don't understand.
It's not even like it's Supermodel, which was Rue's greatest hit.
If it was Supermodel remixed featuring Blue Hydrangea, I'd be on board. I think that would have been so cool.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but I definitely feel like don't be jealous of my boogie, because the other day I had my iPod on shuffle in my car and that came on and I was dancing in my car and
it's a good Ruth song.
And I was loving it, except for the trucker that was driving next to me was also loving it.
Ooh.
Oh.
Why are men?
Because titties.
Why are men?
Very that. Well, we start the episode. It's a top 4. Our bombshell from Amsterdam is gone, and we find out that Mo also had chosen Janie to be eliminated. Shockingly, to no one. I'm still
right there.
But no, they knew it was going to be performance-based in the finale, and anyone, their second cousin and their 3-year-old daughter could beat Bag of Chips in a performance.
As we come to see later, yeah.
Oh, yes. But yes, it's UK versus the US. Or as Jujube, I loved Jujube. She was like, "Uck versus us!" And I just love Jujube.
At that point, you can just say it was Northern Ireland versus the US.
Pretty much.
I mean, if that is true, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, but the moment that there was like a lip sync smackdown, I was like, all right, Bag is out.
Well,
Production versus the fan base. That's what it was giving.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, because not a whole lot happens in the interim. Rue comes in the next day. They find out it's a lip sync challenge. Baga is already shitting bricks because it's a lip sync challenge. Not
and
much
she
happens.
Moves like R2D2, yeah.
Yeah, not much happens in the workroom other than they're like, "What did you learn from this experience? How have you grown?" And I don't care.
Juju's been there 4 times. Do you know how many times Juju's probably had to answer that? She probably had it like already written down in her notebook, ready to go. Like,
oh, Jujube knew when she walked in, this is exactly why I deserve to win Drag Race. Even though they didn't ask that question, they asked an interesting question, which we'll talk about ever so slightly, which I did actually like. But should we just go to the runway?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
Cool. Visuals. Ooh. So we are going to talk about all of the eliminated queens finale looks as well as the top 4. And then we'll dive into the lip syncs afterwards. So in elimination order, first up is Sweet and Sour Lemon.
Loves.
Devour me in this outfit because I love this so much.
Oh.
So the designer behind this is shoot me if I pronounce this wrong, Joshua Aponte.
Joshua Aponte, yeah.
Yeah. Who has made some of the best things we have seen on Drag
Race. Who did
Mo's
Vegas look from this season.
And Akira's floral thing from season All Stars 6.
A lot of the US girls use Joshua Aponte.
And there was a look from Alyssa Hunter that we didn't get to see. I think it was Alyssa's Spring Runway that was fantastic, that Joshua also did.
Yeah.
And again, another home run. I loved all the details in this. I love that it's so classically Canadian. I love that it's not like a traditional finale silhouette. Oh, lemon A in this.
Yeah, I absolutely love this because the fact that this was the first of the runway, obviously, I was like, everyone needs to step it up now to see how this is going to go.
Most of them didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was gorgeous. I loved how I'm so bummed because she came in with that first lemon gown and I mean on the first runway and I loved it, and I wanted to see so much more of her fashion this season because she's beautiful, and she always has really amazing ideas when it comes to her runway looks. And I really loved this. I thought this was really just great and really embodied, her Canadian roots.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously I love this. Bless you. I have one problem with it, and
How
that's
dare you?
It's the cut of the white on the pants. That is literally the only issue I have. I just find that like it all bunches at her vaginal area.
Well, she is bending her legs, and I think it was like a leather or a pleather type material. It was definitely
Yes.
of that realm. So
Yeah.
that is going to bunch when you move your legs like that. So I think it's really, if she was standing with both legs absolutely straight, it probably wouldn't.
Sure. I still the cut of the white on the pants still did bother me though, because it cuts her off, and she looked short in this look for me. I think it was that coupled with the giant maple leaf, coupled with the fact that she was wearing a very flat hair. I don't know if that was because of the maple leaf of it all.
I was
and
gonna
then
say, like, if I really had to nitpick, I would have put maybe the hair in an updo or something else, not just flat, because I think flat hair on Lemon has never been the best for Lemon. I like Lemon
all
in
I
slightly
want
bigger
is
hair.
it teased just a little bit. That's all I really want. And honestly, because it does kind of look a little shake and go, I'm going to be honest. It's probably not Lemon. I'm sorry, but I think you look amazing. This is one of the best looks of the night for me. I just had a few little things that I would have changed, but so good.
So beautiful.
It's Chaz in a not so great look.
I have so much to say about this. Okay, so what Cheryl has done here has caused a political controversy. She has stuck a knife through my heart as someone from Yorkshire, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive her. So obviously she has the thistles and the daffodils, which are, I believe, the thistles I know to be Scottish, and I believe daffodils are Welsh. However,
They're
the
Welsh.
English rose.
How dare you? How dare you forget Victoria Scone and her daffodils?
Okay, I'm about to call Cheryl out for something I literally just did. But Cheryl, there's no such thing as an English rose, okay? There's the Lancashire rose, which is the red rose, and then there's the Yorkshire rose, which is the white rose. By not featuring the white rose, she has stabbed me directly through the heart and has firmly planted her stance in the War of the Roses, which only ended about 1,000 years ago. So you look lovely, Cheryl, but fuck you for that.
Anyway, does anyone have any actual critiques other than Eris's bullshit?
It's not a critique. I just want to say I really love this. I think she looks stunning.
Really?
I want this dress.
She needed white roses. I'm sorry.
It was giving me Marilyn Monroe and the River of No Return when she's in her showgirl costume. I loved that as a kid, and I really want to recreate that. And it's just giving me that, and I love it. I don't know if I love the wider strap. I wish there was no strap on the other side of the bodice from the flowers, but I loved this.
Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same thing about the straps because it's a little bit like off-putting, and you can see on the one side with the flowers, it's like you can see it that kind of stick out, and it's like, again, it could have been strapless. That one strap could have been just the flowers, so that could have been me.
I love that Brandon and I kind of share a brain sometimes.
I wish I shared a brain with Eris because I sure don't.
Well, you have to have a brain to share one, so.
Oh, honey, I do have one. Don't worry.
Somewhere, I'm sure.
I was gonna make a head joke, but it's too early.
Okay,
it's never too early.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't love this, and I know I'm in a minority. I think I agree with the strap. I love her from chin up. I think she looks beautiful. I don't like the way this is draped across the front. I don't like the train. I wanted there to be, if you're gonna do flowers, bitch, do flowers. Like I can't just do one little like sash across the body. I want the entire fucking thing covered in flowers. Like, it's not. It also made her look very, very short on the runway as well.
She's a petite woman.
She's petite. Yeah, she's
okay.
short.
So is Jujube, and Jujube looked very tall in her finale look, in my opinion. There are ways to go about this and make her make her legs look longer, and the way this is draped for me doesn't make her look longer.
What I will add to give some genuine critiques to the outfit, since no one cared for my political commentary about the War on the Roses, is I wish the sandals went further up, so they were like gladiator sandals, if you know what I mean, where the lacing goes all the way up the legs, or at least up to the knee. I do also wish there was something going on the arms, like maybe a rhinestone glove, because I think that would have suited it better. And also it needed white roses. Yorkshire forever! Thank you.
Anyway, we're going to move on as a panel of 3.
I was just like, what did you do?
How very dare you.
I have the power here, so let's move on from that to Jimbo.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jimbo...
so I think Jimbo creates the most beautiful shape. I mean,
yes.
Every single time I am, as a bio woman, I am very envious because I wish I had that tiny little waist. I got that big old butt and big old chest, but I got squatty body and no waist. I love the sequence. I love the color story she's giving me, but I don't understand the headdress, the sheer sleeve, and then the weird lace detail with the it's too much.
Oh, I just noticed the sheer sleeve. That's just made me like this even less.
Oh,
to me, yeah. I'm like, there's just too much, and especially with the headdress, with the shoulder going up, it's just taking away from the overall. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't think I like her with black hair.
No.
Yeah, no.
No,
What bothers me
a little bit more color.
What bothers me about this is we've seen Jimbo, even with stuff that she didn't get to show on the show. We've seen Jimbo in way nicer shit than this.
Yeah.
This feels like, and it's a lovely dress in some sense, I'm sure, but Jimbo has worn much nicer stuff. But in the context of what Jimbo has done in this competition, it feels like an afterthought. It just feels like, I don't want to say a cop-out because I know it probably took a lot of time and effort to make this dress, whichever designer made this dress, or if Jimbo made it herself. But I just feel like, in comparison to the rest of what Jimbo has done, it's not really good enough. I don't understand the headdress. I've just noticed the sleeve, which is really bothering me. And I don't really like the pumps either. Sorry, Jimbo.
It was too
brown.
Many. I don't know if it was that, but it was just too many adornments for this to work. There was just too much. Like, I would remove lace, I would remove the sheer, I would remove the headdress, I would change the shoes out, I would slightly different wig. If it was a copper wig, that would be beautiful.
In this style, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This could have been a full sequin. That sleeve, that on her left arm, like that could have been all sequin too. That's like my biggest critique about it.
I'm gonna give a positive because I don't love this either. I love the fabric that she chose for this because you can't really tell in this photo, but it's actually a red to green duochrome sequin.
Oh.
Which represents like the changing. I just looked on her Instagram for reference because I was curious. And it references the changing of leaves in fall, specifically like more Canadian colors.
Oh. Okay.
So I love that. I like the slit and the little like the pattern on the slit on the seam I really like. But yeah, this is just, I would bet good money that this wasn't her actual finale look.
Yeah, I do have, I was thinking about this. All the returning queens had looks that had something to do with their home countries, and the final four did not. So that makes me think they were giving two separate prompts, one for a finale outfit and one for a gown.
If you got eliminated.
Yeah. And then they just told the queens who got eliminated, okay, well, you're going to wear this on the finale instead of your finale outfits.
Well, anyway. Pangina heels.
Ate and left no crumbs. Cleared. The Trogs could not take her.
Now the best Marie Antoinette we've ever seen on Drag Race, and I'm ready for it to be retired.
Wait, who did it better last time, though? That's the question.
In order, it's Pangina, Adriana from Canada's Drag Race, and then Raja.
Minus the fact she's not Marie Antoinette.
Okay.
Who?
Pangina, she's not Marie Antoinette. She's Elizabeth I.
Oh, whatever.
No, it's Elizabeth I. They did the same makeup because it's of the same era, but...
Oh, whatever.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Sorry, no history.
It's still the best Marie Antoinette that's been on the show. I rest my case.
Even though it wasn't Marie Antoinette.
Oh, yeah, that's,
Exactly.
again, Pangina and Lemon gave me my top 2 of the night for me, obviously, because I love them both. And obviously, this is just regalness to a T.
Sorry.
This is where Brandon and I are not going to share a brain.
Uh-oh.
Ready? I love Pangina. Logan knows how long I've loved her. I've loved her for ages. I love every piece of this, but together it doesn't work for me. And I don't know what it is.
Prison.
I don't know what it is, but it's just like all of it together individually, love. But then when it's all together, I'm like, I don't know. It didn't wow me. I don't know.
I can't believe you've done this.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, we're going to move on as a panel.
Not again!
Wait, I thought you were going to get rid of me.
Stop
No.
bullying me. I'm literally sensitive.
Yeah, whatever.
I do love from the neck up. I mean, when did she not look like perfection? But the contrast with the particularly orange hair with the white skin with the gold, like I think that's just absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. I don't know. It didn't work for me.
I adore just about everything about this. I do think it's strange that Pangina chose to mix a very classic English Tudorian era style with Thai inspirations, because now we've sort of got Queen Elizabeth I with a Thai headpiece on her head. But overall, I love this. I think the only thing I would change is maybe the fabric of the shoes, because the shoe seems to be made out of some sort of fabric, whereas I would have preferred it to have been sequins or something like more shiny to go with the rest of her outfit.
Yeah, it looks like it's suede.
Yeah, it does. That's what I was thinking. I love that the skirt mimics the rough collar. I think that's amazing. I love the dramatic shoulders. I love that she chose to reference Queen Elizabeth's lead makeup that did end up killing her or driving her insane. I don't know. I did not pass history. Yeah, I loved just every inch of this from like the top of the head to the bottom for me.
Yes, Logan.
Oh, I don't know.
That was a sigh.
I'm tired, is what that sigh was of everything. It's fine. Janie Jaye.
I wanted to like this.
I wanted to love this.
Same. Like, nice concept. I love the concept, but execution, I'm not so sure.
Everything about the execution is perfect for me, except for the bottom.
Okay, yeah.
Because the tulips feel very cheap.
I will say Megan Shumbrud did something similar to this on the same presentation. Yeah, and did it better. And that's the thing, like you can't be getting one upped by someone who already did the look and got eliminated on the third episode. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go.
No, Jay, give your positives. We love to hear the positives.
I loved this. Oh my god, I feel like Paul Abdul and American Idol or whatever it was.
So Eris is Simon.
Yeah. I love this.
I have a few critiques. Okay.
I think this would have worked better if she had worn a breastplate or a bra, and filled that out, obviously. And she was a little bit more cinched.
Mm.
It didn't give. It felt very like out. I don't know. It just felt like It kind of like was a weird bell shape to me on her, which is not something that I equate with her. We've seen a beautiful silhouette that she's given. This to me did not give a beautiful silhouette. It was weird. Like I didn't like the hair when I first saw it, but the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I love the hair with it. I'm kind of into it. I loved this. I thought it was pretty, and I thought she always looks beautiful. I just love her.
I think what I would have maybe done to make it better, honestly, is cut off the trumpet or cut off the bell because it doesn't really work. Make it into like just below the knee and cover the entire bottom section just in tulip bulbs. And then just like have this like it might have cut her off a little bit, but I think that may have made it a little bit better.
I do agree. I think it would have worked better as a mermaid silhouette, so where it would have flared out below the sort of shin level.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't have cut her off, and also she could have put the flowers on it, and the flowers would have looked fuller instead of very. If you see just where the orange and the yellow meet right here in the middle, it starts to get a little sparse. I don't fucking know that word. And that's the problem with it. Yeah, sparse. No one's saying sparse, Eris.
It's very sparse. It's giving sparse.
Also, one other thing I would change is I don't know if it's meant to be a sun or a compass, like right here on the chest. Get rid of that. Just have more clouds. You didn't need that. That's all.
I think it's supposed to be a sun. Could be sun.
It looks like a butthole.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna
Looks
drink
like Eris's.
I'm a topple of you know. How dare you?
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's that kind of day today, apparently.
It sure
Well, I
is.
just switched to the hard liquor. All right.
Vodka?
Vodka?
Oh no, I didn't realize it covered Eris's face. No, I didn't mean to do that. Oh god. Okay. Bag of chips looks
Boo.
like shit.
Okay, can I please go first?
Yes.
Please.
I thought her face looked beautiful.
No.
Okay, well, hold on. I thought her face looked beautiful. Her legs looked nice. I like the shoe on her. However, I did not understand the headdress. The sleeves were giving me like 1980s, like bridesmaid dress. The color of the sequency of the dress was fine.
The sequenced,
Girlfriend
the sequenced fabric.
She needs to cinch more or pad more. And also, what is up with that damn like short ass hem? Like she's gonna go wading in the water? Girl, put that down to the ground.
So the
I don't want to see your little tarsals.
I'm here for Jaye popping off.
Truly. No, so the design,
I'm not for it.
it's basically a replica of an Elizabeth Taylor look, like to a T, is what she was going for. And if you're going for a replica of someone else's look for your finale look, no.
No.
It's giving Elizabeth poorly tailored.
Eris.
I'll
I
drink to
agree.
that, Eris. Yes.
God help me.
I agree. It needs
I'm
to
out
hit
of
the ground.
wine. This is a problem. I needed it for today.
I do believe that her face looks beautiful, though. I mean, she has managed to look a lot softer with her. She's gotten better with her makeup.
I will agree with that.
And she had a nice nude tight that I thought fit very nicely, and her legs look stunning. And I don't mind the shoes, but it doesn't work with this outfit. Also, girl, you're not in the floodwaters of the Mississippi. Put your gown down.
Yeah, that was
Or
my
the
biggest
Thames.
weakness.
It would have been the Thames.
The
Oh,
Thames.
that's it. Sorry.
She can jump in the River Medway.
Yes.
Actually, don't do that to Rose. She deserves better.
Brandon.
Don't do that to River.
Oh my god! Again, you just took all the words out of my mouth, basically, because of course I didn't like this at all.
Yes,
And
Brandon.
I didn't really have much to say about this because again, I didn't care about bag of chips like at all this at all this season, if I'll be honest. So
No.
Shall we move on to just a beautiful
Well,
look?
can I just say one last?
I need to get my words in edgewise about this look, actually.
But
I would-
as somebody who was a bridesmaid in the 1980s, because they're just old as shit, I don't want those sleeves to come back. And the fact that they're coming back is a problem for me. I'm having like extreme PTSD, and I don't like it. That's all.
Yeah,
I need more. I'm scared.
So my problem specifically with the look is the sleeves are too long, but the dress is too short, which makes me believe it was made for someone else. Which for your finale look, Diva, why? I mean, I know it's probably a classic Elizabeth Taylor. I know it's a classic Elizabeth Taylor look, but I don't get why the headpiece doesn't match the outfit. Maybe that's just a Drag Race thing where we're used to everything being so matchy-matchy.
Yeah.
I also do wish the slit on her dress went up maybe just like an inch or two, which I know we don't want to see more of Bag of Chips, but where it is on the leg just does not look great. Yeah, it was just... No.
Also, I'm looking at this color story. Like, is the shoulders like supposed to be blue, and then the body is supposed to be like some type of I can't tell what that is.
Navy.
Like, I can like kind of see it, but it's more darker than that. Like, and it doesn't match with the shoulders. Like, does anyone see that?
Have you
No,
ever
'cause I
downed
don't
like...
care enough.
Have you ever downed like 10 bottles of Blue Wicked and then thrown up? It's giving very this.
Oh,
Have I made it
boy.
clear I don't like Baggy yet?
Eris, the number
Or
of
maybe more so than I have, honestly.
Again, it just could be my lighting on my computer because I like night mode just turned on for me, so it looks
Oh.
different. So, anyways,
I don't know.
next.
I don't want Blue Hydrangea.
Ooh,
Oh,
Can I
I
go
have-
first? Because I need to run out.
Again.
Ooh, not that.
Neck up, love, neck down, hate.
Oh, interesting.
I love this color on her. I didn't like this. I don't know why. It didn't work for me. I think it was too long.
Okay.
It was too big. It was too this. It was too that. There was too much going on.
Okay, I
I can
understand.
see what you're saying.
I kind of
yeah.
understand. Like, I actually like this. I want to like wonder what this would look like without all the shoulder frills. If I'll be honest, like I don't hate it. Obviously, I wanted to know what it looked like without that. If I'll be honest, like what would it look like?
I don't know.
I was going to say, my thing with it is this appears to be a recreation of what she wore for the season 1 finale. And in that case, I like it a lot more because I do think it is a step up from that.
Yeah.
The only thing I dislike about this, and this is just a one thing, because the rest of this for me was like flawless Drag Race excellence. The shoe, I don't get at all. I don't know if it's just lighting or if it's just something else, but the fact that the shoe is like so blatantly silver when everything else is teal, and then this might be the lighting, it might just not be, but
Yeah.
the laces look mint green, and I wish they were blue, because if they were blue, I could accept it.
I believe they were blue.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's lighting.
Yeah, because if you look at her corset and her shoes, it does kind of match, and they're in similar positions. I love the hair. I love this moment we're having in drag as a culture with these swirly, swathed sculpt pieces. I like it a lot because it's actually very easy to do, which is something I enjoy benefiting off of. I loved all the frills. I mean, this color combo in blue is so traditionally blue hydrangea that I always am going to love it.
Yeah.
The one last thing I will nitpick, I didn't like the lip. I think she should have had a brighter lip color. I think she should have matched the lips with the dress.
I fall very strangely on this look because I like it. I think all of it looks really good. I think she looks good in it. This doesn't excite me in any way, shape, or form. And I think that's the difficulty is like, obviously Blue Hydrangea looks good. That's what she does. But this doesn't, like, I looked at this look and I was like, okay, I accept this look. I'm not going to think about this look again until like literally this moment where I have to talk about my feelings about this look. Like, I'm not going to keep thinking about this look where, like, I'm going to keep thinking about Lemon being a fucking maple leaf. I'm going to keep thinking about Blue Hydrangea as Elizabeth I. I'm going to, like, continue to think about those looks. And I'm not going to, like, super remember. There's not a whole lot of, like, memorability with this look. It's kind of where I'm at with it. But
if you said Blue Hydrangea finale eleganza, I would have pictured this in my head and I would have imagined this. Yeah. But the hair is
Oh.
lovely, gal.
She looks great. Just, not exciting. That's all. But Jujube.
Okay, don't shoot me. I wasn't a huge fan of this. I will say it's just because I don't like this silhouette in particular. And also because Juju's All-Stars 5 finale look was so fucking stellar.
Well, yeah.
I was ready for that again. So, unfortunately, Juju has to live up to the expectations of her All-Stars 5 run, which was finessed and spectacular. And also, we saw this sort of silhouette from the finalist who was on UK3, the one who looks like a PE teacher out of drag.
Kitty
Ella
Claus?
Ella Vidae.
Oh.
So Ella Vidae had like she looks like a hot PE teacher, you know what I mean? But she had
This
a
is
similar
much better
silhouette to
than
this.
Ella Vidae.
Oh, yeah.
I was
And
gonna
this is nice.
say, I was like, huh?
No, this is nicer than Ella's, but I'm not a fan of the silhouette because I've
Sure.
seen Ella do it, and I don't know. I just have an aversion to it.
Like, I keep going back and forth with this. Like, I kind of like it. Like, I like the concept, but at the same time, I'm just like the double, like, I don't know what to call
Peplum.
it.
Peplum.
Yeah, the double peplum is like, while I do like the bottom, I do like the top, like separately, but together, I'm not so sure. Like, if that's just me, but like, again, I like this. It's just like I keep going back and forth if like I actually do like this or not. Like, that's how I feel.
It does remind me a little bit of Hershey's Kisses, which is strange because we don't have those in the UK, so I don't know how they've come into my mind.
I mean, you're not wrong about that, because like I do see that like that drop you're talking about.
I will say I do love the neck up. Juju's mug is flawless. Actually, I'll say the waist up. So I love the corset. I love the gloves. This hair is spectacular. I just want to put it in my mouth. It's gorgeous.
Oh.
And Juju's makeup is just always going to be gorgeous for Juju.
Yeah, so I agree with Brandon. I'm a little back and forth on this. I've landed on that I like it. I also want to preface, I don't know if y'all saw any of the interviews that Jujube did, like right before the finale, but she talked about how she had at one point 4 or 5 different designers working with her for this season, and very close to her flying out, all of them but one pulled out for different reasons. So she had one designer that made the bulk of her looks. And had to rush a lot of stuff, which is why the majority of her wardrobe just doesn't look the way that we're used to Jujube looking. So there is a reason behind her runways not being super great.
Because I was still on the assumption that the reason why her runways were so good was because of what she mentioned when she was speaking to Ru that had gone down with her mother and her.
That also had something to do with it. But that was like right before, I think that was while she was in sequester, I believe. While she was being sequestered, let's say that's a little bit better.
Yes.
While she was being sequestered for COVID testing and all that before the season started.
Yeah, probably.
So with all that being said, I do like this. I personally like a double peplum. I think it's a fun, different silhouette that is interesting and lovely. Obviously, Jujube is going to look good. She always looks good. The color on her is just absolutely spectacular. The shape I really like. It makes her look very thin in a weird way because of where the first peplum is placed. I kind of envision what it would look like without the entire bottom. So just the peplum and make it like a short peplum situation. And I kind of want to see what that looks like now. Like,
I would have loved it if it was a reveal. Like she just tears away the lower part. That would have been a serve.
I don't know how she would have done it effectively, though. She would have had to be like, she would have had to do like the bend and snap, like bend and snap away the bottom.
Like stripper pants.
Quite literally, yeah. But no, I think this is the best Jujube has looked on this season. And
I will say, actually, if you take away the bottom half, so everything beneath the first peplum, beneath the first peplum, it looks like what she wore for the season 2 finale, just in a different color and with nice hair, and no ugly necklace that Mel Ginsberg also hated.
Not Merle Ginsburg. Anyone but that. I was gonna wait to see if Jaye came back to talk about Jujube, but I don't know where she is. So,
Waffles killed her.
probably
Not that.
honestly. We'll move on to Mo Heart because Mo Heart, Mo Orange, Mo Stunning, Mo Perfection.
Yeah, this one was a surprise to me. I really like this because
Eris doesn't like it. I can tell.
no, because like two different like styles, like the orange train with the whole prism body, like you would think that wouldn't work, but every time like Mo like puts out something, like it somehow works. Like that's to me at least. I'm not sure what Eris thinks.
Okay. It's not that I dislike this. It's just not my favorite. And I'm only saying that because of what Mo wore on the first episode. I would have swapped this out for that Hunter Emerald Green gown because that was so gorgeous and lovely to me that I would have just eaten it up. As to this, I'm just not a fan of the corsetting compared to the rest of the body. And I also, it's because I've seen the look that this is based off of. The look that this is based off of is better than this. And that's my issue with it, because I know Mo could have taken this further.
Yeah. Jaye brought her nudes.
I'm sorry. He's got like the tail like freaking out.
Oh no.
He just met a dog.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's okay.
Oh, the noodles.
I thought Mo looked beautiful. Orange is her color. It looked so beautiful on her skin. I didn't love the hair. It reminded me of Aja's like
disaster
hair.
Oh, disaster.
Not Crystal LaBeija. No. Actually, it does give Aja's Crystal LaBeija.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
I love
both
this
references at once.
Though. I felt like I don't know, like maybe if like the breast cups were down a few, like 2 or 3 inches, I think that might have. Felt very up
those
there.
titties are high. Those titties are
high.
High.
They're very high. But I mean, God, look at her face, and that color looks beautiful. Her arms look beautiful in tone. Everything looks stunning. I mean, she just looks great. Love the shoes.
Yeah. I wish that she had been able to incorporate the like sort of prismatic stuff that's in the bodice into the orange. I don't really know how, but
or maybe something in the hair.
I will say in the
a lot of black.
I will say in the original version of this dress, it has like a slightly pink iridescent fabric. And I know Mo was going for like not wanting to do like a direct recreation, but I think she should have gone with a fabric. Like maybe a blue, because blue can be quite, I think chromatic or prismatic is the word I'm looking for. Color that reflects a lot of light. So I think she maybe should have gone for a blue. But then again, orange suits Mo's skin so much better because warm colors really work for Mo.
Mm-hmm.
So even though this wasn't my favorite, I still think it's a great outfit and she looked lovely.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. All right. That is all of the runway looks. Jaye, I don't know if you wanted to touch on Jujube's look.
Do we have Jujube slide up? Because I don't.
I can bring it up, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm like,
you're fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So generally I hate a peplum, especially a bubble hem. I hate a bubble hem. Hate. Did not hate this. I loved this. I thought she looked beautiful. That's all.
Good.
Work.
Love. Fabulous. Work, diva. Yes, God, for your nerves. Work the house down. Queer words. That's fine. So, yes. Who were our favorite? You can only pick one favorite on the runway.
Lemon.
Hydrangea.
I'm waiting for yours because I think we're all going to have different answers.
Cheryl Hole.
I love that, though. Yeah, we all have different because I'm going to say Mo.
Okay.
Okay.
Brandon,
Yes.
make the right decision here.
I
And
said
it's
lemon.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah,
That's
you
still a
talked,
good
you
choice.
talked over him again.
No, you didn't talk me over. I
No,
said
I'm
lemon
kidding.
fast, and then
Sorry.
Eris said Pangina right after.
I don't know why I'm coming for Eris so much today. I'm
I'm so
sorry.
sensitive.
Again, it's that kind of day.
It really is. I'm there's energy in the universe, and I'm feeling very shady today.
I'm doing my
I
best.
honestly, I think it's the caftan, guys. I really think it's the caftan.
Your sassy caftan
My
self.
sassy
I love it.
caftan. It's fine.
Someone probably died in that, and that's why you're being infested with the ghost energy.
First of
It's
all,
so funny that you mentioned that because the person that owned this before me passed a week after she bought this.
it's a cursed caftan.
So, who's hosting the podcast next week? Since it's obviously not going to be Logan.
I've been saying like if you ever need someone to take over, I can.
I mean, maybe, who knows? But yes, so we then get the Lipsync Smackdown for the crown. Yes, God boots the house down for your nerves. Yes, God, mama. So we have a wheel, and of course, because she didn't get any screen time on this season, Lemon gets to spin the wheel.
I love it. I love it.
I truly was like, I looked over at one point, I was like, where's Lemon? And then she showed up on stage.
We're not going to discuss what happened in the workroom after.
I forgot that was in the middle.
Before the
Wait,
wheel
I'm
was
so
turned.
sorry.
I have thoughts, and I know Brandon, you have thoughts.
Okay,
I have thoughts.
I thought this was
I've
after
heard
the
Eris has
wheel.
thoughts.
I thought this was after the wheel. Let's go to the workroom. Pangina versus Jimbo versus Blue versus the world.
Okay, my thoughts. Pangina didn't say anything. She just sat there really confused. I firmly believe that she did not choose Jimbo for any other reason other than Jimbo was the weakest in that challenge, just like she said. I went back and I rewatched the episode. I was like, yeah, okay, so Jimbo did have a lot to like work with for that particular character or that role, but yet still wanted it and didn't deliver. So Pangina, I feel like, was completely valid in her like, no, I did this based on solely the role. Why everybody thought, and I know everybody's gonna come for me for this, but like everybody's been saying like, oh, Jimbo deserved to win. Really?
No.
I don't
Not
think
in that challenge.
Now the question is, who else was in the bottom for that challenge again?
Juju.
Juju. Yeah.
I will say I don't think Juju deserved to be in the bottom.
Same. Yeah.
No, Bagger should have been there.
Yeah, Bagger should have been in the bottom.
They made Bagger
She's
save
great.
those first couple of episodes because Bagger was the obvious choice to be eliminated.
Right.
And
Mhm.
And
why
you know
I
we were
think,
going to do that.
and I say this from the perspective of being a Pangina fan. I agree that Pangina probably chose Jimbo because Jimbo did the worst in that challenge. But also, if everyone's saying, oh, they were doing it for competition or whatever, Jimbo had been making shady decisions. And Pangina made it clear, I believe, that they got rid of Jimbo so it wouldn't turn around and bite Pangina in the ass, which is kind of what Blue did to Pangina, but Pangina first did that to Jimbo, which is why the season's been a fucking mess if anyone's following along with this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Things have like. I think after that, like after the Jimbo elimination, things just got messy, like
Mm.
Yeah.
weirdly, and it was all factors, like not just like within like production, but also how the fans reacted. And I'm just like,
Oh my God. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
the
God.
fandom is never going to react properly.
Twitter
obviously,
has been
but
a hellscape.
Oh yeah.
like the thing is about it, like I've never seen it like this bad since All Stars 4.
Yeah.
The only times where I have seen it be this bad is the night where Jada beat Gigi and won. That was the last time I'd seen it been this bad. And once again, that was another racially motivated situation.
Yeah.
What I will say about this drama is Pangina seemed like she genuinely wanted to know why Blue chose her, because I believe Pangina thought that Blue wasn't going to choose her, even though Blue did say that it was tempting. I think Pangina just didn't hear that or didn't take that in. What gets me...
She did say it's very tempting, but I don't think I could do that.
And what gets me is Jimbo yelling and screaming. Well, not yelling and screaming, that's a bit dramatic. But saying all these horrid things to Pangina and then be like, oh, but I won't say that. And then everyone going online.
That was
Yeah.
shady as fuck.
I'm sorry, but I don't think Jimbo came across well in the season. And Logan and I were talking about this earlier today, but Jimbo did not come across great. She came across as super like shady and childlike and childish, completely like just petty. I don't think Pangina was in the wrong. I think Pangina, and she had been choosing based solely on who did the worst in the challenge. And I firmly stand by that. I believe her in that. When it came down to it, where Blue, everybody had previously said we're going to, like previously they were like, well, you know, we're going to, anybody that had been eliminating anybody else had said, well, they just did the worst in the challenge. And it was fine. And everybody's like, cool, got it, good. I respect that. But the moment that Jimbo got sent home, well, what were you supposed to do? Like, she did the worst in the challenge. Just save her?
It just got complicated because of track records. I think that was.
And I get, like, wanting to have an alliance. But if you're going to do an alliance, then are you really playing fairly? No. So the fact that Jimbo was like, well, I would rather not play fairly and go with an alliance instead of anything else. And then you saw Baga and Blue do that, and it was just like, what really?
Gets me about this, and I'll shut the fuck up in a second because I know I've talked a lot about this, but what gets me is Jimbo has gone from being completely lovable and one of like the most beloved people in the Drag Race canon. Without this episode, Jimbo probably still would have gone out fine and still have been very liked. But because of how Jimbo has acted in this episode specifically, it has soured a lot of the fandom to her behavior. And I think it's shown a side of Jimbo that we got to see a part of in Canada, and now we're seeing a lot of it. And just to leave on this note, regardless of what anyone thinks about this drama, don't go to drag queens and send them fucking hate on Instagram. Like, grow up. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
That literally is like, never. You would never do that to another human being. Like, don't ever do that. I agree with Eris.
Unless it's bag of chips. No, I'm kidding.
just be nice. Like, don't like do anything like that's gonna be harmful. Like, it's like that bad to where like again, I always bring this up in some type of capacity in some way, but please give Jeremy Carey like just
stop.
Yeah, just stop. Like, it's been years. Get over it. Like, I don't care
10
if
years.
it's like the fact that like she's still getting death threats to this day, and he's been getting death threats to this day, and I know Jeremy personally because I'm on Twitch, and it's just like it's just mind blowing to me. Like, people will still have that grudge like for so long. Like, get over yourselves.
Agreed.
Anyways.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, I didn't. Y'all said everything I was going to, so. But fuck bag of chips, and I said that shit. Anyway, so we go back to the main stage. Everybody's changed. We'll talk about the looks because I pulled those as well.
Oh goody!
Yay!
Well, we will talk about the look. The one. There's one that we need to discuss.
Yeah, the one.
There's one we need to discuss. But we get the wheel. Lemon gets to spin the wheel, and the wheel lands on Mo. Now, in the Elton John explanation of the rules, might we add, Elton oh yeah, and all of the fucking other celebrity cameos.
Naomi Campbell.
My God.
Naomi Campbell.
Seriously, amazing.
Someone who's
and Alan Carr. I missed Alan.
I forgot he wasn't on this season, but I'm very glad to see
he was on one episode, I thought.
He was, yeah.
One episode, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you probably haven't seen this because you don't live in the UK, but every New Year's, there's a Alan Carr host, like a New Year's Spectacular TV show.
I've seen bits of it, yeah.
It is so fucking funny. So if you ever have the chance, go on Surfshark or any other VPN service, watch it because it ends before midnight anyway. It is the best thing of the year every year.
It's
not sponsored, but we could be.
Hi, Ellen.
Hey, Surfshark. Oh, I went for Surfshark.
Oh. Alan Carr's gonna do the cut.
Hey, Alan Carr. I would shit bricks if Alan Carr was on the cup. I would shit bricks.
I mean,
Like-
he is super sexy.
Oh, I love him. God, I love him. I'm glad UK4 is filming right now because God, I need more Carson. Or not Carson. No, not Carson. Well, I like Carson. I need more Graham and Alan in my life.
Yes,
love
exactly.
But yes, the wheel spins, it lands on Mo Hart. And I thought in the Elton John explanation that Elton said there would be 2 spins of the wheel. I don't know if I was just reading into that and I heard it, but I thought it was like the wheel will determine the 2 in the first lip sync.
Yeah, I think that I heard that too.
I just think it was poorly worded.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it
However,
was like. Go ahead, Eris.
when the wheel landed on Mo, and Mo immediately just said, "Oh, the easy choice, bag of chips."
No. No, she goes logically, strategically, bag of chips.
And then Bag of Chips tries to walk off the stage.
It was like,
I'm just
That
like,
was so fucking funny.
I mean, we all knew that the strategic move was to take out Baga first.
exactly.
duh.
and like honestly, at this point, this goes back to like the discourse we were having about the Pangina and Blue and Jimbo of it all. Like this has turned All Stars has turned into RuPaul's social strategy race, and people need to understand and respect that because that's what this has become. This is RuPaul's social strategy race. Point blank. Period.
I wish we got to see the queens play the game like they did this season
Yes.
on the All Stars 5 and 6 format, because I think that works so much better with the voting than it did on this season when we only had like 5 eliminations and it was such a strong cast minus Bagger. Yeah,
Not the strong cast minus that.
we saw those lip syncs. Come on.
Well, yeah, let's talk about it. So, the first lip sync is Bag of Chips versus Mo Hart, lip syncing to Domino by Jessie J. And it is about fucking time that Jessie J got her due on Drag Race. Bang Bang does not count.
That part.
Okay,
Thank
you just
you.
use
What?
your microphone,
Yes.
No.
Maddie microphone.
No, this is not Maddie microphone. This is Morgan McMicrophone.
I thought she was dead.
Yes! This is, okay,
She looks pretty good for a dead bitch.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yo, okay.
dead is what Bag of Chips was after this lip sync.
It
Dead
was.
on arrival.
I was texting Logan, so I fucking adore this hair on Mo. My God, this yellow highlighter yellow on her, I was so in love with. I thought she looked the best I've ever seen her. Like I fucking loved this on her so much, and the sleeves and I love the whole
She
outfit.
channeled Lemon, and it
We-
worked.
And we knew Becca was not going to be a lip syncer. And she said she's not a lip syncer. And we've seen that she's not a lip syncer. So obviously, this was an easy way to get rid of,
It was an easy way to assure a top 2 spot.
exactly. Becca was so uncomfortable to watch. It was like watching,
Someone kick R2D2 down a flight of stairs.
I
Yeah.
was going to say the meth addict in front of my house that like sometimes dances to the music he hears in his head. It was like that.
I will say this.
I had a seizure.
Yeah, I will say this was remarkably closer than I thought it would be, because I don't think Mo did an exceptional job either.
She could have just lied there on her back and flopped around like a dead fish and still would have won.
I think Mo might have been saving her energy for the next lip sync because I don't know.
Where? I'm sorry, Mo Hart is my favorite queen of all time. Where was the energy in the second lip sync? We'll talk about the second lip sync.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with you, but my initial thought was when I saw this lip sync is, oh, maybe they're filming the lip syncs in like quite close proximity to each other, so maybe Mo's saving her energy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
based
wouldn't have
on
taken a lot to
wearing
do
the
that.
same pair of shoes in both lip syncs, I would think so.
What I will say is Bagger looks nice here. Good for you, Bagger. It only took you the whole season.
I mean,
Didn't Baga wear this exact thing on UK season 1?
I think she did because this is giving me Liza Minnelli in her 80s.
This is
I'm trying to
the
think when she
Liza
would've
from her
worn it.
lip sync with Shez. Isn't this like exactly what she wore?
I'm pretty sure.
No, because she wore a black dress for her lip sync with Shez.
Okay, cool. The difference is the color. It's the same dress in a different color.
Same dress with different. I was gonna do the whole bend.
Oh,
Also,
she
what
looks
is
nice.
this? What is this light blue pump too?
I think that's the same shoe she had on from the runway. I feel like she probably just peeled out of her dress, threw that wig on, and threw that dress on.
Yeah.
Wait, go back to the runway real quick.
I do love her in a short, like, pussycat wig, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
those
same
are the
shoe.
same shoes.
Same shoes.
Oh wow. Okay.
I believe those are the same shoes Mo was wearing as well.
No, because her shoes are pink there.
Oh, T. Well, clearly Mo Hart wins. No shocker there.
Rest in
I
peace,
don't
Mega
speak much
Chips.
about this.
Yeah, yeah. No.
It was like watching a live euthanization. Yeah, it was not great.
Again, another song choice. I'm glad that they finally gave Jessie J her due.
When I
because-
tell you, sorry to cut you off, Brandon, but when I tell you I wanted Jessie J before Drag Race UK was even a twinkle in RuPaul's money greedy hands, eyes, what I don't give a fuck. I've wanted a Jessie J lip sync for so long, and I'm so glad we finally got it from Mo.
oh yeah. Mhm.
I thought Mo was great, though. A little low energy, but I still
Wait,
thought she really embodied it. I was
Hold
into it.
on. I'm actually remembering this. I think they have actually done price tag.
No.
Wait, have they? Oh,
No.
I'm
I
like,
would have been
blanking.
more excited had they done
Yeah,
a
'cause
Jessie J.
Price Tag's a better song than
Mhm.
Domino, in my opinion.
Well, Domino's a better lip sync song, like for this, and I'm glad that this
Yeah.
because like I love Domino so much. Like it was like one of my jams in 2012.
I'm
and-
sorry. Where is Burning Up?
Oh,
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yes, that.
Burn it up.
Burn it
Burn me up.
up.
Burn me up.
Oh, I was
Burn
thinking.
it up. Burn me up. Dun, dun, dun,
I definitely
dun.
wasn't thinking of Burning Up by Madonna,
Oh
which
my
has
God.
been a lip sync. I'm burning up.
Like,
I'm burning
y'all-
up for your love.
Like I feel so bad for Jessie J, like because it's like when Sweet Talker came out, which is the album
Yeah.
that Bang Bang came from.
Yeah.
Like that album was phenomenal and did not get its due because Bang Bang was everywhere, even though I still love Bang Bang. Like Sweet Talker had much more to deliver, but wasn't delivered because music promotion is shit and I hate it.
I'd also say this is just a thing I happen to know about Jessie J. Jessie J is chronically ill. So
Yes.
Jessie has to keep taking long breaks in her music career, which in an industry like pop music is a very difficult thing to do.
Mhm.
And you have to maintain a certain level of fame. So the fact that Jessie still manages to put albums out is still really great.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate what it is. Be lucky
More
Jessie.
Jessie J.
I love her.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, these are out of order.
Oh, not this.
These are out of order. Great. Okay, cool. Well, next up is Blue Hydrangea versus Jujube 2. I'm going to say the strangest lip sync choice of the entire franchise.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
They lip sync to The Reflex by Duran Duran.
Which is a band I love and a song I love, but I still don't understand it for the show.
As someone who performs Duran Duran in drag regularly, I am so confused as to why for a finale song they went with The Reflex when Hungry Like the Wolf is right there.
Right? Thank you.
Or better yet, they could have gone for Rio because Rio is a very like upbeat and dancey song.
Oh, Rio would have been so good. I love that song.
Yeah, I was like, I remember when I heard Duran Duran, I was just like, interesting. Like again, love Duran Duran. I'm just like, for a lip sync choice, I was shocked. So it's just like, okay. Like
I have thoughts about the outfits.
yeah, me same. Blue. Like I love this color block, but why the different shoes?
I just realized.
The shoe is the only problem I have with this look from Blue.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love this color combo solely because every year on the anniversary of me doing drag, I do a split orange and blue look. And this just like immediately reminded me of that. So I was like, oh my god, she's wearing Eris colors. Love that.
This would have been this color block would have been so much better if the shoes matched the blue on the outfit, and what would have been looked better if like with this color block situation, like a blue and orange shoe too.
Yeah, she should have color blocked the shoes too to match with it.
Or she should have matched the shoes with the gloves and just gone for plain black.
I was a little confused by the gloves.
Yeah, I was confused about the gloves as well.
I was hoping she was going to pull them off and it was going to be a Sasha of the Law moment.
No,
Unfortunately not.
I wouldn't think they would do that again. So that's why, like, what I loved about these lip syncs though, like, they kept like. I'm glad they kept it in like a safe thing where they're not doing reveals like 24/7.
Yeah.
So like this is just a relief to know that like they want to like show what they can without like doing these extravagant showpieces.
Did anyone do a reveal?
Nope.
No.
Damn.
The only reveal, if you can call it that, is Blue taking off the jacket. Like that's really the only thing, but it's not even a reveal.
And Pangina's during Fangabus, that confetti thing.
Yeah.
Which was unexpected because like in the past they've like ruined the surprises in the past and they didn't do that for Pangina, thankfully. I'm just like, okay.
Oh yeah, when they fully like this is a flashback to season 12 when they just make Britta loudly announce that she's about to do a magic trick before she does the magic trick. Like,
yeah,
why did you give us that tidbit?
Don't do that. Yeah, don't.
Well, and the only person that would have done like stunts and stuff on this, like the two people that would have done stunts were sent home first and second.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no real lip sync assassin on this season other than Jujube.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And even then, Jujube, it's been 11 years since season 2.
Uh-huh.
So, like, a lot of things have changed. For me, this was a very, very close lip sync. I honestly could have seen them giving it to either one, but I understand giving it to Blue because they wanted Blue to be in the top 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I thought Jujube was phenomenal. I think I was also surprised that Blue was as good as she was. I don't know. I don't remember if it was, I just don't remember her lip syncing on her season or what it was.
You can tell.
It ended up, we knew there was going to have to be a UK girl in the final. We knew it.
With Blue, you can tell Blue is someone who has learned how to dance through drag.
Yes.
Rather than someone like Monique, who seems to have actual dance training behind her. Yeah. Because Blue does that very classic 8-count drag dancing where it's like, okay, I'm going to do this move, into this move, into this move, repeat cycle, or then do something funny during the chorus. It's very that.
Yeah. Well, and the only 2 times Blue lip synced on season 1 were against Scaredy Cat, and literally a 3-year-old child could have beaten Scaredy Cat in that lip sync. And then against Shez, in front of Shez, to Shez. So, like, and even then, I thought that was a decent lip sync from Blue, but she wasn't going to win, regardless of how well she did.
Against Shez.
Against Shez, doing Shez in front of Shez. So, yeah, no, I also love in an interview postseason, Blue, I think it was like her winner interview with Pop Buzz. She was like, lip syncing is not my favorite thing to do. So I was nervous going into this. I was like, that's fair completely. But yeah, I thought they both did a really good job. I think track record wise, Blue was going to be the one to win this unless Blue like gave up, honestly.
Yeah.
Something we didn't bring up, Jujube's outfit for this.
Done.
I love this. Like,
I love it.
It's so like this is again gonna take Michelle's comment from season 14. This is where simple works.
Yes.
I love when the queens come up to lip sync and it's just a costume you would see in a bar. I love the expectations of drag being realistic. Thank fuck, because it makes it difficult sometimes for, as someone who regularly does drag, to have the expectation to have something like what Blue wore, which is the perfectly tailored outfit with a giant coat. I can sew, but it's very fucking difficult, and I don't have the time to make shit like that. So I appreciate seeing stuff like what Juju wore and what Jenny wore on episode
The Vegas Boys.
I was thinking about the one where she cleared Jumbo. The fringe
Oh,
costume.
episode 2, yeah. I would
this
even say
one as well?
episode 3, because episode 3 was just a simple, like, boat neck
From both of them,
bodysuit.
yeah.
I would also like to take this time to point out to the audiences at home that Jujube has now once again come in third for the 4th time.
Oh.
Womp womp.
The queen of 3rd place.
She's always
It's okay.
so hard.
She'll get it on Drag Race Mars versus the Earth.
Drag Race 2046, where everyone is Jujube. Did y'all see that meme?
Yeah.
And Rui's
Where
the
it's like all the
Terminator.
different forms of Jujube. It's an alternate timeline, and all 10 contestants are just Jujube in different moments.
Honestly, I would watch that. I actually would watch
100%.
that.
10 Jujubes? Absolutely, I'm watching.
Who are we rooting for? I'm Team Jujube, but I cannot stand Jujube. But also, I do love Jujube, and I think Jujube is a great contestant.
I am team Black Velvet Jujube.
Oh my god.
Just crying on the floor.
But you know, Eartha
Oh
Kitt
my God.
Jujube is a close second.
Yes.
Can I be team fried chicken Jujube?
Yeah! Where's my water bottle?
I just want fried chicken.
I just want fried chicken. Can I be also oh god, team walking on Hollywood Boulevard in that dumb stupid All Stars 1 challenge Jujube?
Oh my.
Oh my god. So
Makes me
Oh,
queef.
I love Jujube. Makes me queef. God, I love this woman. Thank you, Jujube.
I love her so
I hope you don't come back on Drag Race, but if you do, I will still be rooting for you, girl.
Hey, I am waiting for Jujube to become a lip sync assassin. So
Well, that All Stars 5 lip sync she did doesn't really qualify her, but anyway.
It's fine.
I
Just
know,
give
but,
her a
like,
bunch
when
of
she comes
drinks. She'll
back
do
just
good.
just for a lip sync
Yeah,
assassin
give her 3 cocktails and give her Black Velvet again. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad. I would not be mad.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, we have to finally stop our discussion of Jujube, sadly. Because we have a finale lip sync to talk about, and it is Blue Hydrangea versus Mo Heart to Supernova by Kylie Minogue. I love that the final song of the season was Kylie Minogue.
yes.
God, yeah, I've been wanting a Kylie Minogue lip sync for so long. I'm just annoyed it wasn't Can't Get You Out of My Head, but you know, I'll sell for Supernova.
Has it been a minute since they've done Kylie Minogue?
I feel
They
like
did
Well,
it on
they
Down
did-
Under.
yeah.
They did it on Down Under. I want to say they've done one on US, but I don't remember what it was.
I do remember like one US one, but I can't think on the top of my head. That's why I'm like thinking. So I'm just like, but I'm glad they did this song.
Didn't they do a Danny Minogue and not Kylie for
They did
US?
They
both.
did both.
They did
They
both.
did both. No, they did both on Down Under. They haven't done Danny
Oh,
on
that's
US.
okay.
Uh,
I will say this is where now I find that Mo's boobage area is too low. Now she looks like she's in my age range, and I know she's younger than me.
Wait. It happened in this most recent season of for 14.
What?
I love
I
it.
love it. I love it. I love it. June Jambalaya losing her shoes. Yeah, that's what it
Oh,
was.
Yeah, from her new album.
That's why I was like remembering.
I was like,
that.
it's so recent. I was thinking All Star 6 for some reason.
Yeah,
but
same. I was just like, hold on.
No, that was season 14.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Mo's hair. I love this
Yes.
day glowness.
Absolutely.
Love chaps. Blue. I was so confused by the outfit, but I didn't hate it. Kind of loved it. And then I was a big fan of leg warmers because I was a child of the 80s. So yeah, kind of liked both outfits.
And the shoes work here for Blue.
Yeah.
I will say it was.
Come on, she's just borrowing Baga's shoes.
Well,
Yeah.
Eris, you were saying.
So no, I've got nothing to add about what Monique wore because she looked gorgeous, and it was Mo, not Monique. What Mo wore, Mo looked amazing. With Blue, I was just so confused. It was just all very pointy and like, why are we doing panniers in a lip sync? And
Well, it's pointy because if Mo got too close to her, she could take her out of the competition by just shanking her.
Oh my god. Is that what happened to Cornbread's ankles?
Not cornbread.
Do that. Okay, that's a boot. That's a boot.
Don't
That's-
joke about that.
That's a boot.
I'm
Eris
a
out of the
cornbread
call,
stand
please.
first.
You booted. Oh my god, I love it. Okay.
Are you ready to repent your sins?
You literally didn't even let me finish. I was going to say I'm a cornbread stand first and a human being second.
T.
Okay.
And that's important because that second part is questionable for me.
Relatable content.
All right.
Waffles.
All right. I haven't talked much about this because I was busy trying to look up what other Kylie Minogue songs were.
Thank you for your service, Brandon. Now, what
Yes,
did you think of the lip sync?
This I love this. Like again, I love both of these outfits equally. Again, the blue shoes, I need to like figure out why. Like I love this prism thing that blue is serving. And then of course, I'll say this every time I see green and pink, Cosmo and Wanda ain't slick.
And Poof is in there too. I see you, Poof.
Where? Wait, where? Where's the purple?
Can I just add?
I thought I remembered that Poof was yellow. Poof is not yellow.
No, poof.
Yeah,
is
poof is
purple.
purple.
Can I also add that in the UK, the word poof is considered a homophobic slur? I know 'cause
Wait,
I've heard that one
what?
a lot.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Well, poof is short for poofter, is what we would say. I'm okay to say those words because I'm a
okay.
homosexual who was bullied.
Kyle, Brandon.
Okay. Oh my god! Again, it's this kind of day today, but like, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Like, I'm glad that they nothing too extravagant. Like if they can give us season 4 Dita Ritz and
Yes.
The
like,
princess. Don't disrespect the princess like that. She was there too.
I know. I always keep forgetting the princess, and I'm just like that was like that is still considered top tier lip syncs for me, even before everything has become too extravagant for me. So
Yeah.
like season 4 had like, and then with this they really like brought that energy for me. Like again, nothing too extravagant, just having fun. Like they need to bring these type of lip syncs back.
What I will say is Blue's outfit was reminded me of that 4G4 quote from when she dressed up as Madonna. I'm giving you interesting angular movements. Just gave me that. But I agree. We need to get back to lip syncs. And I hate, like, it does my head in when people bitch about this all the time, but I will add into this and I will bitch about it. I do miss when the
Shocker.
quality of lip syncs. Shut up, Logan. I do miss when lip syncs were all about the quality and like how you portrayed the energy and not doing an 8 count and then slamming your body in the fucking ground.
No one wants to see that anymore. It's dangerous.
As someone who does those sort of stunts and knows how to do them without hurting myself, I have sat through seeing so many queens slam themselves on the ground, and in my mind I always just roll, bitch, you're gonna go to the chiropractor one day and wonder what the fuck happened. Because you're throwing yourself on the floor in the shape of a question mark. That's why.
I don't want to shade them, but
Shade them.
I've watched videos of SB do exactly that. SB, don't hate me. Don't hate me.
You know, Espy's not watching this.
I know, but I'm just saying. Like, and you know how.
Espy is not watching this. There's not a chance in hell that she's watching this.
But you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yes.
Like I even asked her about it. I'm just like, you're like slamming yourself on the ground. You don't get hurt. And she even said like, I mean, it hurts for a little bit, but I feel fine.
No, it should not hurt at all. You shouldn't feel anything. I mean, I'm lucky because I have like huge pads.
For me, like obviously, I'm just like I'm fragile when it comes to most physical activity stuff. Like even though like I do technically kind of work out in a sense, but like I swim. I don't do like apparent weights. Like it's just like kind of like that. But anyways, aside from that, like again, like I said, like I sound like a broken record. Please, like just bring lighthearted lip syncs back. I just need that.
Please. That's honestly what I loved about, like, talking about 14 for a second, Jasmine and Georges. Like, there was one stunt that I didn't even mind because it was good and like all of that. But
Yes.
oh boy, well, we have a queen of the mother tucking world. Blue Hydrangea has won. Are we surprised that a UK girl won? Not
No.
the slightest.
Wow, we knew it was going to happen. Mo was
Of the three, I am happy it's Blue.
Agreed.
Yes.
I would have been happier if it was Davina, but she was busy being successful. So
Yeah. I'm happy for Blue too. I think, I mean, and we've talked about this, I'm not necessarily the biggest Blue fan, but and I don't think that, I mean, she wasn't the queen that I would have wanted to win for the season, but of the final four, she really did turn it out and really did fairly win those lip syncs. So she won fair and square in that regard for me. So not mad.
I'm just sad that Mo made it to another finale and didn't win.
yeah.
Yeah, she so wanted this. I mean, she came in all guns blazing. This is what she wanted. She was here to win, and then just seemed very hesitant in the two lip syncs. And Logan, you said something interesting earlier about that. Do you remember what it was? You did. You said that it's almost like as if the US girls were told maybe to turn it down a little bit.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Again, it's the BBC, so
Yeah,
it's the BBC.
is evil.
And with the amount of UK girls, obviously it's the first thing of its kind, and the fact that it's UK versus the world, I wouldn't be surprised. I think this entire season was set up for either Baga, Blue, or Shez to win, and when Shez went out early, it was either going to be Baga or Blue.
Yeah.
I think even if Pangina was in the finale, I still think Blue would have won.
I still think like I would have loved to see Pangina win, but it doesn't surprise me. I knew that there would be it would likely go to a UK girl.
I just wish, and I'm glad I'm never going to go into film as an industry, because after I got my degree, I said fuck no to that. I can't stand the BBC for what it is. It is a horrendous contraption that we have to deal with here in the UK. I am waiting for someone, hopefully like maybe Channel 4 or ITV, to buy Drag Race so the BBC can stop dipping their fucking fingers into it and stop making it excessively awful. Like RuPaul's didn't help because RuPaul's an executive producer on this one. And if you take notes, the series of Drag Race where Ru is not an executive producer, the ones where Ru is not an executive producer,
Producer!
I sound so fucking northern. The ones where Ru's not on production or whatever are the ones that tend to feel more like competitions rather than competition reality TV shows like España and Thailand.
Yeah.
So,
very, very.
I so agree. I would love to see it on ITV. Would love it.
I wouldn't love the ad breaks, but I'd be here for the rest of it.
Oh yeah.
I'll deal with the ad breaks. I don't care. Like, honestly, I don't care at this point. But
I feel like when I'm hearing this, because like it sounds like BBC sounds like CBS,
very.
and Channel 4 sounds like NBC, and then ITV sounds like ABC. That's how I see it.
More like ESPN.
Maybe, but that's how I see it as. So like,
out of this,
yeah.
I was gonna say, just out of this top four, Blue makes sense, and I can understand. Blue and Mo being the top two,
Yes.
I'm happy with.
Yes.
I do think I would have preferred Mo. Maybe that's just because I like Mo more personally. But congratulations, Blue. I hope it was worth it.
So I have a 1 degree separation from Blue. I have a friend who's very good friends with Blue. I will not divulge a whole lot, but when I have been told that she had commented that she thinks she made some mistakes, but I don't know. We'll take that with a grain of salt. That's just what I was told. So.
And I oop.
Yeah.
Well, this was a season of Drag Race.
We made it through a season of Drag Race, and guess what? There's only one right now, but there's another one coming out in 2 weeks! Yay!
And it's one of the ones that RuPaul doesn't judge, so it's going to be watchable.
Mostly because there's 2 hot Javiers! Yay!
All I want to say is I would love to be the butter in that Javier sandwich.
Oh Lord, me too.
Wouldn't we all?
Yep.
It's been a day today for all of us, and I love that for
I'm
us.
ready for this to be over. Thank you so much for joining us for another season of Drag Race. Guess what? More seasons of Drag Race on the horizon because there's going to be 47 more this year.
Oh.
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for joining me, Jaye, Eris, and Brandon, as always. They will be back because guess what? More Drag Race.
See you for España, France, Philippines, not down under, I'm not
Thailand,
going near
UK,
that.
Canada, Holland. The other one that we can't speak of yet because Brandon doesn't want to be spoiled. The other one we can't speak of yet because Brandon doesn't want to be spoiled.
Bosnia
The
and
other
Herzegovina.
one that Brandon doesn't want to be spoiled.
Again, listen, I want to be surprised for things. I don't like spoilers of that extent, which is why I don't want to know.
Well, I will say, and I told Logan this on the way home from work today, like, I am so glad that there has been such a big US response to people watching UK versus the world, because some of our queens from international seasons like Pangina and Janie finally get like a little bit more like recognition for the amazingness that they do. And I fucking love that because I had been a huge fan of Thailand's Drag Race Thailand, and I actually thought
yeah.
one of the strongest seasons in the entire Drag Race canon. And finally, this is like causing people to go, oh, you know what? I should watch this.
And mind you, like again, like we said this earlier, Thailand was one of the first international franchises.
It was the very first.
It was the first.
The first. Before all the international franchises started blowing up. And I am so happy to see that because again, of the clips I've seen of Thailand, like of course, top tier. Again, we know international versions do so much better than the US. And what I'm excited for, next Saturday, I'm meeting Pangina Heels.
I hate you.
You are.
Yes.
Excuse me, what?
Yes.
I'm trying to use all my pull to be able to get to go see her perform here to get 3 of us tickets.
Did you know that Pangina is actually fully booked from now until 2023?
Yep.
Good.
Good.
As she should be.
Yeah. Let me tell you the journey I had, like trying to get these tickets. So originally there was only going to be one show. Those tickets went hella fast. I tried to get them on my phone that time, and I couldn't even get it at all because like connection was bad where I work. I was getting tickets at work, so that was that was the first mistake. So when the second show was announced, I was off already because I'm off on Fridays. And then I was on the computer ready for the Eventbrite to show up. And then I bought tickets immediately. I got it. The ticket comes with a free drink and a meet and greet with Pangina. And
we're going to be here all night talking about how much we love Pangina.
Cheers to free alcohol! Yes!
Brandon, you better tell her that I love her. And I've been a fan of her for years, so please.
That part.
I'll try my best because the meet and greet will probably be only I want to say 30 seconds.
4.5 seconds exactly.
Yeah.
With that, let's sign off because bye. Cheers.
Goodbye.
Vodka.
Bag of chips is stunning. Bag of chips is
Bag of chips is class.
Bag of chips is a Tory. She